see the way he made the turn and he came to a complete stop? You saw that, right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's hard to pay attention to those things, but if you want to watch out, especially when you're driving, you need to notice those things.
Yeah.
He made the turn and he came to a complete stop. There's no reason. No one does that. No one comes to a complete. It's because he doesn't want you to be behind him, because then he controls you. That's why I went around him. Like that's why you're. Because I know he's gonna do that. That's part of martial art. I know he's gonna do that. I can tell by the way he drives, and that's the martial art. I'm not being aggressive towards him. I'm repositioning myself because I know that if somebody controls you, then they can do that to you, and then you can't move. And then you go around him, and you're not directly behind them, then they can't control you as much. So I was only going around him so that I can make the green light. Now over here, you have to be careful not to dive into the bicycle lane, because you can if you want to, but there's a bicycle coming. Yeah, so at this point of the game, it's a little bit too obvious that he's doing it on purpose. He's been he's been there so long that as I was turning, I almost broke my thumb. I'm gonna have to wait here because he knocked the game out of me, and I lost my knowledge as to which lights are gonna turn red. And when you keep the car in motion, you have a sense of how long the light's gonna last. But when somebody does it to you, what they do is they take away your sense of timing. So there's always a method that they're using because if you keep going, you can see how the lights. But when you lose yourself at a light for 9 seconds or 13 seconds, and then all the other lights are going to be I used to drive a Greyhound, and we call them either old lights or dead lights, which means they're going to turn red. That means you can't make it. When you're driving a bus, that means it takes a lot longer to build up speed.
Yeah.
So when I used to drive a Greyhound, we always pay attention to old lights. And then there's nothing you can do when you're driving a really big bus.
To drive a bus?
Well, the easy parts about it is everybody is afraid of you, so they leave you alone. That's the good part. And then, there's easy parts to it as well as hard parts too.